Hey, this is Eric back with another episode. Today we will talk about anxiety. As per various reports, anxiety is the most common mental illness in the world, affecting 284 million people globally. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, global prevalence of anxiety and depression increased by a massive 25%, according to a scientific brief released by the World Health Organization. The brief also highlights who has been most affected and summarizes the effect of the pandemic on the availability of mental health services and how this has changed during the pandemic. So, in this episode, we all will talk about 5 ways to use anxiety as a source of growth. First one, label it. Absolutes are ideal for anxiety. All or nothing, black or white. Through certainty, this gives the appearance of safety. Anxiety promotes a narrative about a good or bad decision. The wrong decision will result in suffering, whereas the right decision will provide endless enjoyment. This reinforces the idea that happiness and suffering are determined by factors beyond your own control rather than by relying on your own judgment. The ultimate objective is to learn to accept and live with uncertainty, along with all of its positive and negative aspects as necessary conditions of life. When you start to think in absolutes or extremes, such as always, never, identify that anxiety has taken over your thoughts. Second, address it. You become detached from your emotional experience as a result of persistent anxiety. Consider anxiety as a signal that something needs your attention rather than the opposite. The next time you encounter anxiety, try to be curious about what's going on within. This necessitates ongoing internal communication. Typically, worried thoughts are just the messengers for a more important message that has to be sent. For instance, if you only consider the surface idea, such as anxiety about achievement, your worry will lead you to the solution of obtaining the next objective that is in your immediate future. You'll be stuck in a cycle of always looking for the next victory if you simply act on your anxieties without thinking. Instead, if you pause and follow the red thread of this thought further, you can find that you are actually striving to overcome insecurities and concerns with self-worth. Identify the worry and how it manifests for you instead of getting sucked into this never-ending cycle of achievement. What ideas are associated with it? The most crucial question is, how do those thoughts relate to your sense of self? Third, stop resisting and embrace anxiety. Compassionately handle your anxiety. Tonglen, a form of Buddhism, is one method for achieving this. You do this by breathing in the undesirable, such as pain, insecurity, or inadequacy, and exhaling the wanted, example, relief, contentment, fulfillment. By displaying the ability to hold and control uncomfortable emotions, this practice breaks the habit of avoiding pain and rewires the brain's processing of discomfort. You can learn something about yourself by curiously investigating your worry. Ignoring it will allow it to continue to lurk in the background of your day, manifesting as bothersome thoughts and related physical problems. Fourth, break down intrusive thoughts. Recurring, unwanted, and persistent thoughts that cause misery and pull you out of the present are known as intrusive thoughts. Their goal is to create doubt by being taken as absolute truths. Intrusive thoughts are fundamentally a mental addiction. They work as a defense mechanism to keep you from experiencing more delicate emotions. The premise behind intrusive thoughts is that if you would just do what they say, you could escape the pain and vulnerability that come with being a person. By increasing the distance between your thoughts and your response to them, you can learn to silence disruptive thoughts. What you concentrate on will grow. Searching for answers, being persistent, talking to friends, and looking for comfort simply makes the anxiety grow by feeding it. Fifth, check in with yourself regularly. Consider your emotional experience as a river as you begin. Either you can let uncomfortable feelings flow through you till they pass, or you may suppress them until they build up and become a block. You need to have the confidence that you can endure any suffering that emotions may bring and come out the other side feeling better in order to be able to experience emotions as they arrive. An emotion will only manifest itself in different ways if you choose not to feel it in its true form. This calls for self-reflection, processing of your emotions, and responding to them. You may accomplish this by keeping a journal, paying attention to your body, or setting a phone reminder for a check-in. I hope this helps. If you have made it to the end, remember you are not alone. Have faith in yourself and overcome it. This is all for this episode. Sure you subscribe to the channel. Signing off.